And we welcome you back to Gex, where in the last part we took care of Pain in the Asteroids, which was a total train wreck, which I'm sure you guys enjoyed. And now we're going into the Lion's Mouth to take on Rezopolis, and the final official level in the game, and that's going to be No Weddings and a Funeral. You can actually get access, or in the last part we also did get access to Channel Z, but I think you do have to beat this level first before you start playing it. I'm not really sure how that works, but then again I could have just checked. But the good thing about this stage is this is probably the most straightforward stage in the entire game.
This is where they decided to change code.
And see, the reason for that is really all you have to do is just make it to the end. And unfortunately, in a failed take after about 20 minutes worth of dicking around on this part near the end, I ended up resetting, or just having to reset just because, you know, those things happen. And see, the thing with these guys is that they do shoot at you, and you only have to hit them once in order to, just get them to quit it. Of course, the bad camera angles are going to be an issue here again, but unfortunately it's been an issue all game. The fun thing about this game is that, or this part, is that you get to use the mirrors to find the right lights to jump on, or find the right platforms. So I just thought that was pretty creative. Anyway, we're going to be seeing that part again, or that particular puzzle again. And what I do enjoy about this stage is the music, and also just the overall dread you get going into this stage. So let's see, what we gotta do is we gotta find the silver remote here, and then we also gotta just go to, or just make it across here. Let's see, the silver remote is actually gonna be to our right. So let's just go ahead and get, or just ride these things, and just like before, these things satellite around the previous one. So just go ahead and make your jumps accordingly. And see, just like that, we got ourselves a silver remote. You know, just as soon as I can get there. Good news is these things do reset after, or they do reset after a certain amount of time has passed, so you can just go ahead and use that to your advantage if you want to. And you know what, while we're here, let's just get ourselves an extra life. That's like 2 extra lives because I just got 30 collectibles. So let's see, yeah, I actually have to hurry up with this one, because that's one you kind of don't want those ones disappearing on you. So what we do need to do is just make our way across, and fortunately this part's simple enough. It's actually the part at the end I had the most trouble with. Okay, don't have full health, so I had to eat that one. And unfortunately in this section, fans are going to be a pretty big issue. Yeah, just like there. Also, do like some of the sayings on the wall, and then there's also "yours is mine," which is, I guess, a common thing that most corrupt thieves say. Of course, I could appreciate if I could see where the fans were. Also, that's what I like about those particular enemies, is that you can just keep beating them up if you want to. And let's just go ahead and get to the next section. The funny thing about this section is that you can actually use it to farm off of, or because every time you get an incorrect one, you can just farm off of the enemy that spawns in. So just in case you do need extra collectibles, that's what they're there for. And then this is where the stage kind of starts turning up the heat here. Just because you got to make your way across these green liquid things, and right now they pretty much act the same way as lava does, so I mean that's just something to know. course, I could do without the tricky camera angle here. Somehow got all those. And also, this is where the fans really start screwing you up. That's good, you just gotta make your, or just time it right.
500 channels and still nothing on.
This is not a good place to get that one up. Okay, good. Alright, well either way, the stage does get pretty tricky, especially near this part. Just because a lot of these jumps and a lot of these narrow conveyor belts and... I mean, just a lot of things that just make it pretty tough. Also was brought up in the comments that sometimes, Gex eating the fly whenever he hits a TV was... or hits the checkpoint TV is kind of a pain, and, you know, I do agree with that. But unfortunately, that's probably how they programmed it. Just whenever Gex hits a TV, he ends up just automatically eating the fly. So the fun thing about these platforms is you can just rotate or go around the green liquid, and then just get the collectibles accordingly. It's also easier if you stay to the outside, which is just something that helps.
Welcome to the only thing more evil than IRS headquarters.
And then there's this part that I died about 4 times on. Let's see, that purple liquid is instant kill, so yeah. And then again, those jumps are pretty tricky.
You are my secret.
But actually, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I died so much on that part was because of just this tricky jump near the end. Of course, I could have done with a better camera angle there, but unfortunately that happens.
I gotta make.
And then, of course, this happens. So I'll just see you guys back there. Okay, now that we're here, we gotta make our way across and worry about this guy. It's actually easier to just zigzag your way across. And also the reason for that is just because it makes him miss and also just makes things a little bit easier for you. And now to worry about more damn conveyor belts. Because it's one of my lesser favorite stage hazards.
At least I'm not at the DMV.
Alright, just get moving here. Okay, good, made it. This part does get pretty tricky because I have to make my way up and also time it right so that there's going to be a platform there when I get up there. And for some reason it just doesn't appear sometime. And then there are other times when there are like 3 of them and I don't really understand the timing behind this thing. And I still don't understand the timing behind this thing. And of course it also doesn't help when I'm just saying it also doesn't help when the things disappear on you. Okay, good, somehow made it there. Yeah, for some reason I also kept dying on that part just because I kept going too far and just falling off that conveyor belt. Let's just hope I got 50 here, because I'm going to be very annoyed if I didn't. I mean, fortunately I'm at the end of the level, so let's just go ahead and finish this off.
It's tail time!
Alright, good. Now that we got those, let's just go ahead and get this platform and just get the hell out of here. I also like this area, I mean, just the graphics behind it. Also, no hope.
Tail time!
But fortunately, there is plenty of hope to be had now that we finished the last official level in the game. So in the next episode, we're going to be doing the bonus stage bonanza, and that's just basically going to be a montage of me doing all the bonus stages. And that should be a lot of fun, hopefully. So I'll just see you guys then.